Hey, welcome back to another Cards and Crystal Pick a Card reading. Our question today is why they suddenly stopped chasing. And this is a timeless reading. So we have our Voyager deck, our Celtic deck, and our Mythic deck. You pick your pile. And if you picked Celtic, you are up. Let's see what we got for you. Why they suddenly stopped chasing. All right, let's see what we got for you. Okay, so you are the type of person who is a bit cold and distant. You don't necessarily let anybody know that you are interested, or you're very subtle. You maybe don't give the most obvious cues that you're interested. Maybe you hang back and watch a bit before you decide if you're interested. And this person is they jump in with both feet, and they were all in and really excited and wanted something back. They wanted some encouragement. They weren't really getting any. So my sense is that in situations of why people stop giving you attention, you're kind of your own worst enemy. So you got to give somebody some hope. You weren't really demonstrative or very encouraging. You know, you got to smile at somebody. You have to respond when they text. You have to reciprocate. And that really wasn't happening. And two, I think there's a part of you that thinks about things more when they're no longer an option, more than you do when they're present. So it looks a whole lot better in the rear view mirror than it did at the time. So I'm not sure that these people who, or this person who was chasing you was all that attractive anyway. This person, you didn't feel like this person was your equal. And they felt that. They felt looked down upon, or like they were begging for your attention. And that didn't feel really good. And it also could be that you're more materialistic than they are, or maybe you're more practical, more business minded, and it just didn't seem like there was any space for them. You just really didn't seem all that interested, and that's why they stopped chasing. So let's see what the wild unknown archetype says. Okay, so the wild unknown is suggesting that the thing that can help you with this is to get more in touch with the unknown. You are the kind of person who you're very in your head, you're analytical, you know things, you trust the data. And there's more to life than data. There's things that you can't even guess ahead of time, like love. Love is one of those things that's mysterious. And when you kind of get more comfortable with that, then you'll be able to engage on a more equal level when it comes to the game of love. So I hope that was helpful. We are doing free giveaways of one question readings. And all you have to take to get involved with that is to leave us a comment. So leave us a comment. Our Mythic Tarot's up next. If you chose the Mythic deck and you want to know why they suddenly stopped chasing, this is your reading. Okay, so this is a situation where What is that saying? Oh, wait. Let's see. We're off there. Now you can see all the cards. Okay, so there's a saying that when somebody's gone, absence makes the heart grow fonder. This is a distance relationship, and you guys are both real romantic. You project a lot of things onto each other and about the relationship, and your emotions are feeding it, feeding it, feeding it. And then when you get together, the reality is not that. So there's a lot of energy going into it, and a lot of romance that is in the mind. But the reality of it is there's not a lot of substance. And they woke up to it. They feel a little controlled by the fantasy narrative, and they feel like there's no way that they can live up to all of the things that you talk about when you're not together. All the things that you say that you want. And there was just nowhere for this to go but down, because real life's just not like that. It feels like a lot of pressure, a lot of stuff to live up to, and it was never going to be that. This person is more humble. They are more down to earth. And they're aware that they can never be all the things, all the dreamy and romantic things that you seem to want and need. They get caught up in that. And they just say yes and no, it's going to be wonderful. And then the closer that becomes to being reality, because you're now coming together, you're making plans to be together, they just get scared. And they're just like, okay, so this is just doomed to failure, and I might as well end it now, because there's no way that I can be this person. So that is why they stop chasing. Let's see what we got for you from the Wild Unknown Archetype. Okay, so one of the ways that you can break the tension of this, my sense is that you're still in contact. It's just kind of like it's just chilled down a lot, and you're not having the same conversations about getting together. And that is just to be more lighthearted, to be less pressure, less romantic, less big dreams, and talk about small things. Talk less about Romeo and Juliet type romance and the dramatic, big, intense things, and just share the small things, and then see if that takes this pressure off and makes them feel like they can live up to your expectations. It could be that the whole thing was just totally built on romance, but the way back is to break that tension. So I would try that. Let me know how it goes. And let's look at our Voyager deck. Okay, why did they suddenly stop chasing? What is going on? What's going on? You guys look like you fight a lot. There's a lot of intensity, a lot of opinions. You guys are not afraid to share your opinions, and they often clash. And for a while, that clashing was exciting. They liked the drama, and it's not fun anymore. In fact, it seems like it went real fast. Like this was what do you call that? Like super fast attraction, lots of energy, lots of, like maybe you trade insults or jokes, joking on each other, playing on each other, but you would say things that would hurt. And you said one too many things, and it hurt a little too much. And maybe they probably didn't let it show that it hurt. And that below the belt kidding that you do to keep you safe, or maybe that some pattern that you learned from your family was a little bit too much. This is done for them. It was too much. The cut was too deep. And they had a vision of you that once you cross that line, you kind of ruin that picture. And it's something that can't be come back from. And it's okay because it was all built on fantasy anyways. I mean, this relationship was new. It was very superficial. It wasn't it's not something you guys spent years on. And so it's okay because this is how we learn and grow. So let's see what the wild unknown archetype has for you. Yeah, the wild unknown archetype is saying to take some time out for yourself and not really go into this with a let me find out who I am, but just with an open mind and see what happens. Doing that will grow you. And when you come out the other side of that, you will be a different person, looking for a different person, and engaging in a different way. There is something different for you, and you're not going to get whatever that is by engaging in the way that you're engaging now. So, that is your reading. Give me a comment. Let me know if it resonated.